Hey guys, this is Badman Chief. Today I'm going to bring you the long-awaited BURG FM episode 4. It's been a few years now, and for a new episode I thought I'd bring on a guest, so would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Kyronics, also known as Joel, and I am a professional Dark Souls player.
Cool. So Joel, I was just sort of wanting to know a bit more about you and sort of how you got into the scene, so where did it start for you?
Um, so my humble beginnings began in Dark Souls 1. That was my first Souls game.
Yep,
I
so you didn't start with Dark Souls 2 or anything?
No, I did not.
Okay,
Contrary to
interesting.
some
Popular belief.
some people's belief. I don't know if it's popular belief, but um, so I got a text from a friend one day. It was back when the game went on sale for like $5, I think.
Is this a friend who's into Dark Souls 1 PvP or just a random
No, no,
friend?
no, no, no. He's I don't even know. I haven't talked to him in a while, but
Okay.
at the time, I guess he just was interested in the game, so he told me about it, and then
Okay.
and he told me it was $5, so I got it, and then
This is on Xbox, right?
yes, it was like late
Sweet.
2013, I believe, and
Oh wow.
yeah, so I started playing then. That's when I first started playing the game, and then
Was this
it's
PvP or just
oh
sort of
no,
a casual playthrough, just a random stuff?
just like a casual playthrough, pretty much. I think I did
Okay.
I think I did one or two playthroughs throughout my pre PvP days, something like that.
Your PvE career.
Yeah, I think I did a couple, maybe like 80 hours to 100 hours probably.
Oh, okay.
Did a decent amount
Yeah.
before Dark Souls 2 came out. But
Before Judgment Day.
yeah, I had just been getting into the Dark Souls 1 PvP by the time Dark Souls 2 came around. Yeah, I think I had been introduced. The most I had been introduced to was through SLB videos.
Oh boy,
That's who
sound
I
like
mainly watched.
of Just Roll Through It fame.
Yes, except I don't believe Just Roll Through It had existed at that point.
Nah,
I
you haven't
think
dropped it yet.
I think one of like the main videos like that, that I had knowledge of Dark Souls 1 PvP from was the like top 5 weapons video with like spades and elite.
Yep, a good
So
video actually.
yeah,
Pretty
and
accurate.
yeah, it was awesome. But my I didn't have enough time to play the PvP before uh, Dark Souls 2 came out,
Yeah, of course.
and then that game came
This
out.
is early 2014 or so.
Yes,
Uh,
yeah, I think so. I don't remember when it came out. Was it March?
yeah, I think it was early 2014 or something. So, yep, pretty early on, eh?
Yeah, March 11th, 2014.
Huh.
Okay, yeah, so then I played that game for around 2 months. I think I had about 300 hours in it. I
You
played
became a PvP god in that time.
yes, I was an early PvP god.
Were you
Cecil,
were you quite well known by the
no,
PvP
no, I
community?
don't believe
Oh,
so.
okay,
I didn't record or anything.
right,
I just played an Iron Keep Bridge on Xbox.
awesome.
But Cecil downplays my old Dark Souls 2 days. He says no one knew how to play the game back then, but I was a
Yeah.
hidden boss on Xbox. But no,
A gate,
what's that?
a gatekeeper.
Yes, to Iron Keep. But
Awesome, dude.
but yeah, no, it was on Iron Keep that I met a man by the name of Has No Parents.
Of
And
course, one and only.
yes, and he
Mysterious character.
I don't know, I think he healed on me, and then like we played a bit, and then he
That's
like
how all friendships start. Getting healed
apparently,
on.
yeah. He healed on me, and then he invited me to a chat, and he's like, "Yo, sorry about that." And then we played for a bit on Dark Souls 2, and I think I was a bit better than him, and I was beating him a bit, and he's like, "I would shit on you in Dark Souls 1." I was like, "Okay."
That is the classic.
Yeah, and
I'll
then
beat you in the game I'm good at.
yeah. So well, I mean, I had wanted to get into Dark Souls 1 PvP at the time, so like, or like before had started playing Dark Souls 2, so I was like, okay, well, I mean, I'm down to play. So he brought me on Dark Souls 1 and brought me to a fight club featuring Man the Kraut and Girl the Kraut.
Yep.
And yeah, that was my first
I think I
introduction.
think I think that's the only married try-hard couple.
Yeah, it's awesome. Uh,
Now those are good players to get introduced to.
yeah, it was
Crowd
awesome.
was emotional. Yeah.
Well, I mean, my very first experience wasn't that awesome. I was a bit taken aback at the game.
Did he get
And
bodied pretty
oh
hard? Or...
god, I don't know. I just got poise BS'd over and over again. I was using
Yeah,
Black Knight Halberd.
yeah,
I just
that's
got
the one.
bodied by Girl the Kraut. And
At that point, a lot of people would just stop playing, but something
I don't
kept you
know.
going.
I don't know. It's just I don't. I was for a moment there. It was like a brief 20 seconds of like what the fuck are actually backstabs in
Just
this
sort of
game?
there.
Like what is this? And then I don't know what happened. I was like, okay, well I guess let's just learn how to play this game anyway.
Yeah.
But that was the only time I think that was the briefest time I was ever like actually upset by the game's mechanics.
The only time you've had doubt.
Yeah, but I don't
But
know.
if you left, you might have kept playing Dark Souls 2, then
Exactly. I
onto
mean,
Dark Souls 3, and you would have been part of a totally different community.
if I hadn't have met
I don't
him,
know.
maybe I would still be playing. Maybe I'd be playing Dark
Yeah,
Souls 3 right now. Maybe I'd be a big streamer, making
true.
sick
In
dogs.
Soulbrand.
I'd be along up there with Neezy. We'd be
Oh,
best
awesome.
friends. No, but yeah. Well, this is what happened. So yeah, I don't have to
So who else?
dream of such things.
So is Man of the Crowd has no parents. Was there anyone else you sort of got to know
Not that I
early on?
remember it. I think it was just Kraut, girl, or girl, man the Kraut, girl the Kraut, and has no parents. And then that was the first Fight Club I played. And then
Those are your first senseis.
yes,
Those
the first day. It was sometime in May, I believe.
Right, right.
And then so from May uh, into summer, along the line, I was introduced to Tifa Cox,
Yep,
also known
our
as
boy David. Yeah,
and as well as Cronus Foz, aka Alex,
aka Father of Zeus.
aka Cronus, Father of Zeus, aka Bonus, Father of Log,
Yes, he
and
goes by many names.
many other monikers. Yeah, so I played a lot with those guys over the summer. Uh, I say a lot, but it was actually like too much.
Way too much.
Yeah, like
Non-stop, was it?
8 hours a day for like 2 months
Oh
straight.
man, that's nuts, dude.
Hey man, I was like in 11th grade or something. I had nothing else to do.
It's crazy because I didn't see you once. You must have been in your own little
Yeah,
secret spot or something.
we just played in Parish all day and like
Oh
MLB.
really?
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
with yeah. So I played with Tifa Cox and Has No Parents just all summer. Just hyperbolic time chamber. They
Yeah.
taught me everything I need to know about the game.
At this time, were you going on Twitch and sort of
I
looking out who other
no,
top
I
players
don't
are?
think so.
You're quite isolated.
Yeah, I was. I was being incubated by them. They were
You're like a
training me up.
test tube baby.
Yeah, and
Their project.
yeah, it was around the end of the summer that I started going to Twitch. Like when
Yeah.
I was like good enough to like play in fight clubs, which and yeah, and that's about the time I started like playing with you and Sosa and all the Cabbage guys and old
Yeah.
Xbox guys.
Sort of the group expanded, and that time we all started playing in like
Yeah.
Parish and became a bit more organized together, joining calls, whatnot, streaming. You probably started streaming a little bit later and
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah. My streaming capabilities were fairly limited back then
Oh yeah,
because of
yeah, it's pretty low quality.
my upload speed at my house and my old laptop. It was a miracle that I was even able to stream the amount I did.
It's like 64-bit Dark Souls.
But I was able to record, which was good, which is what I wanted to do. I think what I wanted to do was like one of my goals back then was like get good enough at the game to be able to make cool videos of like cool kills and stuff like
That's
that, and like
interesting.
cool fights against like good players.
You're so flashy, dude.
Well, but like I mainly wanted them against good players, like using actual tryhard setups, right?
Not like Yami ring
Yeah.
swapping randoms all day.
But even at the end of the day, you still like I obviously like pick the fights I win and whatnot. It's just that they're not against a random, so I don't know if that's any better. I don't really care. I just like making videos. But
That's cool.
But then,
So
but
your goal wasn't to just become the best or
no. I want to make
smash
videos,
everyone.
and I just want to become good and make videos. That's basically it, I guess.
That's respectable. Didn't know that actually.
But then I guess eventually, uh, half my videos are me beating you.
Yeah, strange how that happened. Eh? Oh my goodness. Oh, that's alright. I think I've done the same to you a couple times now.
Yeah, although I don't think you've returned the favor nearly as much. But
You've got a higher percentage. I've got more
yeah,
videos.
most likely. So yeah, that's basically where it all started for me and getting introduced to the game and the scene and everything.
And ever since you've just been sort of getting to know new people, streaming on Twitch, just playing
Yeah.
throughout years, becoming known in the community,
Yes, becoming known in the community.
becoming a pillar of the
Becoming
community.
becoming God. No, yeah, basically just hanging out, you know.
Cool. That's a great introduction, actually. Thanks for that.
And
So
you're
I've
welcome.
actually, oh, no problem. So got some questions for you actually,
Ooh, okay. Let's do it.
and we'll do this.
Let's do
So
it.
what I was wanting to know is, what is it you actually like about Dark Souls and has kept you playing throughout the years? You know, albeit mechanically or just sort of the scene or whatever. What's kept you here?
Um, well, what I enjoy about the game is the fact that it was like the first really game I played, or the first game I played competitively, I think. Like before I started playing that game, I don't think I really cared about winning in games or whatnot. I just kind of wanted
Okay,
to play them and just, you know,
go on to the next one.
yeah, just play them, have fun. Because I mean, I played like Call of Duty and whatnot, and like,
Yep,
so
as you all did.
there wasn't really a ton of like competitive aspects to the game. I mean, I did a bit of like competitive sniping and stuff
Oh,
like that.
really?
Yeah,
Like quick scoping and stuff.
yeah.
Oh,
So
awesome.
I mean, that was basically it, but nothing beyond that.
What was your quick scoping name? Was it just Kyronics?
Yeah, my name's been Kyronics for a very long time.
Oh, that's good.
But yeah, so I think that's mainly what I enjoy about the game, or is the competitive aspect,
Okay.
and uh, and also just like the way the game plays out, or like how the mechanics feel. Yeah, just how the game feels like. I talk about it a lot when I play, or I have started talking about it a lot recently. Uh, is how kick BSs and stun BSs are the most satisfying things to land in the game.
Yep.
There's just so many like mechanics like that that just feels so good to land, and like if you land like a nasty backstab, it's just so satisfying. Just stuff like that.
Oh
It
yeah,
makes it interesting to
totally.
play and keeps you coming back.
And there's a lot of interesting little oddities and strange depth to the game that
Oh yeah, and like
on
toggles
first
and just all
viewing,
that shit. It's just awesome. And pivots and
yeah,
everything.
the game's sort of become what it is because of how broken it is.
Yeah,
Really,
exactly.
from really weren't focusing on making a good
Yeah.
PvP game. It's sort of almost an accident that it's as good as it is.
hmm
I dare
But
say if they did focus on the PvP, it'd probably be pretty bad, to be
yeah,
honest.
most likely, I mean, you can see that in the later games, but
Yeah, true.
um, but in terms of what's kept me playing, probably just, I mean, the game is fun. I mean, it's easy to
Yep.
get burnt out on, but I would guess I'd say the community probably. There's a lot of cool
Fair.
people to talk to. It's
It's
always,
quite a,
huh?
it's quite a small and sort of strong community. Doesn't seem
Yeah,
to go anywhere. It remains constant, you
yeah,
know.
exactly. Old people leave, and then you get new people. And it's always fun to meet new people, and people
Some
just aren't always playing Dark Souls, right? Like
Yeah,
you
exactly.
can always
You've
find
sort of
someone
mm,
in the community to play games with, or other fighting games, or
you sort of gotten to know each other on a more personal level over the
yeah,
years, and
exactly.
sort of we don't need Dark Souls to sort of stay in contact and stuff. With it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's great. Good answer. I also wanted to ask you, who are your favorite players in terms of like play style? Whether you look up to them, try to emulate their play style. Is there anyone that sort of fits into that criteria for you?
Um, well, if we're talking about playstyle emulation, I would say most recently, uh, definitely Terrasa.
Yep.
If there's anyone that I really tried to emulate their playstyle, it'd be him. Just his mid Kumo play and just how good his tech is and like
Yeah. Insane.
how many options and mechanics he utilizes in fights is really
It's insane. No one's as good
yeah.
as him at uh, pressing the buttons, I guess. to say it unflatteringly. You had to go at me for saying this once. And make
I
out of
mean,
him, but
I
that's the best
guess.
way I can put it. He's the best at using all the tech in the game. He's the most technical player, I'd say.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
But
at least I'm not sure. I haven't seen him play a lot now, but during his prime, like a year and a half or so ago, during the
Terrazzo Prime.
yeah the case of tourney era, that was awesome. Just seeing him play. Although you did beat him around that time, didn't you? In the only
We've
tournament you guys played.
yeah, we only played in one tournament. That's like the first time I actually. I'd never seen him before until that tournament.
Yeah, yeah. That was
Well,
around that.
as Terrazzo, I played him as Strike PZM as he was used to. He
Oh.
used to call himself Strike PZM.
Hmm.
But as Terrazzo, I didn't know who he was, and that's the first time I played him.
Yeah.
Now we need to play again sometime.
Yeah, that was around the time that I really got to know him as well, like who he was. I had no idea he had been on PC for so long.
And you sort of got closer to him than most players, I think. You sort of talked to him and
Yeah, I've talked to him a fair bit.
bit.
We played a lot back then, and whenever he's on these days, I haven't played him in a long time, but yeah, back then I talked to him a lot.
I don't think anyone's played him in a long time. He's been super inactive recently.
Yeah, for sure.
But hopefully he comes back.
Yeah, he's a busy lad. Hopefully apparently he wants into the upcoming tournament. Maybe talk about that later, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
So beyond Terrasa, I enjoy. I'll lump these two players, or actually, what's his name? Juan, Mr.
Juan.
Ferret. He,
Yep.
I guess I'll lump him with Terrasa as well, because I enjoy watching his playstyle, because he's fairly like technical as well, with with the way he utilizes all like the mechanics and tech at his disposal, you know.
I think the main difference between the two though is Juan and General was way more aggressive.
Yeah, to an extent, I guess.
Quite an
And also,
impressive play style.
and you know, and also there's a lot less latency when playing with Juan. So
Yeah,
things
true.
might feel a bit different, but because everything is so much more punishing the higher latency you go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's much more risky to swing. Backstabs seem to be safer. It's like a totally different play style, really. That's what catches a lot of players out. Some players are good on low latency, but they just crumble or complain on high latency, and you sort of need to be familiar and be able to play in both to be a truly great player. That's what you see in all the top players. They're able to play in low latency and high latency. That's those two can.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I enjoy that, just that general like technical play style. But another play style that I enjoy would be anyone similar to like Czech.
Yep.
Good old Czech 251.
Old school Xbox player.
Yeah.
Rest his soul.
Yeah, I don't know, I just that aggressive, confident play style with super consistent backstabs. Just it was super fun to watch. And he's one of my favorite players to watch, probably.
Quite a personality too.
Yeah, yeah, that's always interesting as well.
Me and him have had our share past of arguments in the past.
What have you?
I used to hate him a lot.
Oh my god.
I despise that guy.
Jesus.
Awesome player, man.
Yeah.
So no, that's great. That's great to hear which players you sort of respect in terms of play style and technique.
Yeah, sorry you didn't make the list, bud.
That's all good. What I was wanting to go on actually is sort of similar to that. Is instead of talking about other people's play styles, talk about your play style a bit. I was wondering what you think your strongest build is and the favorite builds you most enjoy fighting.
Well, I guess this is related to what I was talking about before in terms of Terrasa and how he influenced my playstyle. And that was about a year and a half ago, and I still play like with that playstyle of I think I play a fairly passive Kumo.
Yeah, I could agree to that.
Kind of reactive, I think.
Yep, kind of like Terraza actually, to be
Yeah,
honest.
I guess. So yeah, I would say mid Kumo would be my strongest build.
Is it your favorite build, though?
Sometimes it gets boring,
Yeah,
but sometimes it's fun, you know? That's like
not
with
being
any
able to
build.
roll.
Yeah,
Just have to ignore the B button.
yeah, exactly. Well, I mean,
Do you have any builds you like enjoy fighting in particular?
I like fighting low poise builds that aren't
Yep.
flip CV as mid Kumo. That's always fun.
Builds you can hit easily.
Builds that can
Stun them every
get
time.
stunned in one hit.
Yeah, that's good reasoning.
I mean, Kumo mirrors are kind of fun, but also
They're quite
kind of
destructive.
Scary. Yeah.
They usually end quite quickly. It normally ends with a poised BS or a missed poised BS into a stun lock.
Good. Yeah. I don't know. That's one of the matchups I have more experience with, because.
Oh, how can you not?
Well, I mean, I guess, but more so beyond the fact that so many people use it.
Yeah.
It also, I had a ton of debug sessions with Terrasa, just playing mid Kumo mirrors over and over.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So. I didn't know about this. That's cool.
Well, that's where I don't know, because I think around the time in 2015 when everyone was like picking up mid Kumo, like I was like trying it out, and I had played it like on Xbox. Like it was a thing on Xbox. It wasn't. This isn't.
Yeah.
PC.
Well, it just wasn't super common.
Yeah,
you know?
and I think I don't think it was quite as evolved as it was with like all the inclusion of like different techniques and
ghost strikes and stuff.
Yeah, and
sort of phantom poise, that kind of thing.
So I don't think when I started using it on PC was as nearly as good or evolved as it is now. So
I think it's pretty near its what's the word?
Peak.
Height now. Peak. I guess. Yeah. Everyone's just used it so much that there might not be too much room for improvement, and people are going to start. Hopefully,
you never know. That's what people said in 2014.
You think? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it's actually crazy how much it's changed. 2013, 14, 100% flip CV basically.
Yeah.
2015, almost 100% mid Kumo. It swings around quite well. Obviously not 100%, but dominant. You know.
Or just mid roll in general. You see a lot of mid S stock.
For sure. A lot of mid CB too, or just mid combustion. You know.
God, yeah.
That works fine.
I mean, I give credit to Juan for that. For his utilization of combustion.
Double boost.
Yep. Double boost and combustion, and what is on the table.
Some people may hate on it, but as long as it works, you know. It's up to the other players to sort of figure out how to deal with it.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's good. That's good to know. On to another question. I was wondering, who do you think of a top 5 current players?
Current players on PC? I'll just go with PC.
On PC, yes, go PC. Yeah.
At this current moment in time on PC,
start with. Actually, start whichever way you want. Sorry. Go
okay. I'm not gonna do top 5. I will do a tiered system instead.
Oh, awesome! Gorilla style.
Yes.
So, shout out to African Gorilla.
I have as a solid tier 1 pick that I don't think is really questionable. I have you down. I think.
Yep.
I think most people place you up pretty high. So, and up there with you, with a couple question marks beside them, is Terrasa, Blitz, and Pred. Just because I'm not sure, how they stack up at this point. Because is
that no particular order or just a general tier?
Oh, just in general. Just like I don't know how to
That's
rank
interesting.
them.
So who is that? Blitz, Predator, Terrasa,
yes.
and me. Cool. Yeah, I
Well,
think I'd agree with you, to be honest. That's
well,
pretty good.
with you being like the only solid one, because like I'm not sure where Pred or Blitz or Terrasa would land like right now.
Yeah, it's tricky when we're not consistently playing whatnot.
Yeah, so either they would either land there, like maybe like tier 2, but
3 out of 4 Xbox players, that's a little bit suspicious.
no bias here. I didn't include myself, so.
Oh, lovely.
So in my tier below that, my second tier, I have Fisto, Juan, Bob, and Atlas.
Okay.
Lace might get upset at that, but
It's your list. Who cares?
there was a rather convincing first to 10 recently, so I had to factor that
Oh
into the
my
equation.
goodness. Of course.
And then as a question mark, I have Silver on the side.
Yeah, he's a strange one. Like, I think he's insanely strong when he's on point. You know, he's a crazy good player.
Yeah, the only problem is I haven't seen Silver play in a while, so I'm not
He's
sure.
playing. He's playing the other day actually. He's pretty good.
Yeah, and I know he's been playing. I just haven't played him personally. So
Right,
I
of
don't know.
course.
I don't have a good idea. And then the tier below, tier 2, I have Lace, Cest, and Moth.
All right, that's interesting. Yeah, I think Lace or Laz will be annoyed with being in tier 3.
Yeah, sorry, dude. You should have won the first of 10.
I'm actually wondering why you put Cest in there. Cest is obviously a good player, but I wouldn't. Actually, no, I think you're
Cest
right.
is really good.
Yeah, his mid Kumo's super good.
I mean, honestly, if he had been playing recently, and I had been playing him more and had a better idea, like there's a probably good chance I'd put him in tier 2 as well.
Okay, because he's got obviously the fundamentals from Dark Souls 2 and stuff, so I'm pretty sure he's a top player in it.
And back during that tourney season, where he was playing a lot too, when like you and Terraza and everyone was playing, I remember I think a tier list or in my that I had thought out, it was like Terraza, you, and then third place being a toss up between Atlas, Juan, Cestiel, and me.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, I've always thought Cest has been a really good player.
Oh, that's cool. So that's your tier list.
I give you 3 tiers. So there's a lot of people, but I think those are the most notable ones.
For the most part, I think I agree with that, to be honest. I'm not sure about Blitz, to be honest, actually. I would probably put him in tier 2.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I mean, that's why I have him in the question mark category. I mean, he has shown like what he's capable of in the past, right?
Yeah, and he's lost to some questionable players as well. I think while playing on PC.
It's always hard to quantify like the really old, super good players when they haven't played in so long.
Yeah, true. So I wanted to talk about a topic which gets both of us a bit passionate, should we say?
Yeah.
So we tend to have very different opinions on the matter, and that's you probably know what it is already.
In the beginning, I think I already know what you're gonna ask me, but
this is on the legitimacy of the red tier stone ring, also known as RTSR.
Yes.
So where do you stand on this?
Well, we definitely had more. I think our opinions differed more back when the issue had been rising in popularity. But I think,
yeah, right.
I think now we're a bit closer to the same page on it. I still think it's like unfair if you're on mid-roll and you're using it.
Okay.
Like there's like if you're on mid-roll, there's no reason not to use
there's
RTSR if it's allowed. Like there's nothing you can put in your ring slot that will give you like any more damage. I mean you can put BTSR, I guess. I feel like RTSR will increase your chances of winning more than BTSR would, but
oh, for sure, yeah, blank damage is super good.
Or any although I guess you could argue that you could take off armor and then put flip.
True, that's true.
I guess it depends on the health of your opponent. I think if they're a ways ahead of you, you might just want to go for something jank with RTSR and then one-shot them.
Jank, alright, sure. So as you could probably guess, I'm in favor of red tier stone, and Joel's
I think
inclined towards banning it.
I think, well, in terms of mid-roll, I don't quite agree with it. But on the other hand, if you're on fast roll, then you're giving up flip to use it, which is, I guess, a trade-off.
Right.
So I can see I don't mind it in some situations.
But we've talked in the past, like we both threw points back and forth, and one point I always said was there's other stuff in the game which is as powerful, if not more powerful. Like, say for example, if you could have a choice of using 2 out of 3 things, if you had Darkwood Grain Ring, Combustion, and Red Tear Stone, which of the 2 would you pick to be allowed to use?
Well, I mean, obviously, combustion and flip, but I think the thing is the difference between all those things is that RTSR rewards you for losing the fight, which I don't know, that just doesn't it doesn't seem right, you know?
Okay,
It
it's
doesn't
more of
sound
it's more of an ethical issue to you,
yeah. Well, I mean, it does
as
also does
opposed to
retarded damage, so that
eh,
it doesn't feel nice to. I remember one time, I think I was playing against Zykow, and
yep, a boy Jamie.
yeah, and I was giving him the D. I was giving it to him good, and I started chasing him around. He I think I had around 2100 HP or something like that.
Oh man.
And
Okay.
what I don't actually, I'm not sure. I might have had less than that. I don't know. I had a lot of HP. You know, like my bar was almost full. And
Yep, you were safe from dying in one hit.
basically. And I was chasing after him. I was getting annoyed. He just kept running away. And I got a little antsy, and I didn't kick him from a BS, and I got parried. And he swaps to RTSR
Oh my
and an
goodness.
S dock and one shots me
Oh, that's so
from
cool.
like 1800 HP.
Oh my.
I was a bit cheesed about that, but I mean,
Skillful ring swap though.
I guess, yeah, and I shouldn't be getting parried, and like it's I guess it's still my fault for dying. It's just the fact that it's because I put him, or I did damage to him and put him to RTSR threshold. He was able to one shot me, whereas otherwise, if I hadn't like and he parried, I wouldn't have died. You know?
Yeah, I guess that's a really good point. But it's sort of it makes it very easy to come back if you get one
Yeah,
backstab or
yeah.
parry. Or,
Although it is
but
interesting, it makes the game. I guess it does add a bit a more
bit of
interesting
tension, maybe
aspect of the game. Yeah, like it changes
like
things up.
you're like a cornered, wounded animal or something.
Yeah,
With your last stand.
but I mean, I guess there's a lot of things in the game that don't feel like really that great to play against. But I don't know. I'm like I don't mind like playing against it if someone pulls it out. I don't get up in arms or anything. Like I use it myself. Like
Yeah,
now since it's gonna be used for the tournament, but
but you think it's negative for the scene and sort of game in general?
I don't know.
Or not?
I'm
Has
not.
it? Has your
I don't even
opinion
know at
changed
this
a
point.
bit?
Like before, I was pretty against it, but the more like I mull over it and like use it and like consider things, I don't think it's definitely not as bad as like I thought it
Darkwood
was.
Grain Ring. Oh.
Yeah, basically. I mean,
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know your opinion really changed that much, so that's
hey
good to
man,
hear.
you got to keep an open mind about things.
Exactly. Well, I'm not sure how open my mind was to you. I was pretty set. Oh,
But
no,
I
cool.
still think
Thanks for asking.
it's pretty BM in some situations.
There's a lot of stuff which is pretty BM in this game, to be
Yeah,
fair.
yeah, that is true.
Good old wall tech, double boosted
God,
combustion, roll BSing you nothing.
wall tech. If you
Yeah,
could,
we'll go.
if only you could control wall tech.
Yeah, I think if wall tech it just looks good on one person's screen,
Yeah.
but just looks insane on the others.
Yeah. One person squeezes through the wall and the other person doesn't.
It simulates into the stone, like we're in the Matrix or something.
Yup.
All right, let's do another question, eh?
Sure.
Two. What do you think of the state of the game at the moment and slash community? I guess has it improved over the years? Do you notice any huge differences back and now?
The state of the game in the community.
Yeah.
Well, at the moment, this time of this recording, it's pretty good, honestly. It's about as good as it's been in a while.
Yeah,
It's
it was
quite
very
active at the
dark for a
moment.
while.
Yeah. Just like about 3 weeks, a month ago, around there, it was looking pretty down. But I mean,
Pretty shaky. Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't worried then either. Like, it's been the trend for the past like 3 years or however long I've been playing. It's just it goes up and down.
Yeah, there's always
So,
a lull in activity and
I,
streams, but
yeah, I think it's on its way back up to another good stint of activity. So I'm pretty
another
excited.
golden age, we might say.
Yes,
Yeah,
I know.
we've been seeing like streams and there's been 3 people streaming the same Fight Club,
Yeah, I know
which
it's
is totally
awesome.
unnecessary.
Well, it's
Just need
it's the beginning of tourney season 2.0, so
exactly.
things are heating up.
Yep, and obviously Crow's worked on this mod, allowing you to summon
Oh
more
yeah,
phantoms,
that's
so
true.
might be doing stuff with that in the future as well.
There's some activity with like Ed's overhaul and stuff like that. So there's a lot of like interesting things going on.
Yeah, quite a vibrant time to be honest, as opposed to a few weeks ago, which was truly terrible.
Yeah,
So you'd say the community's in a pretty good place at the moment then?
yeah, I would say so.
Okay. How do you think the community's changed from a few years ago, just in terms of mentality and people, how people treated other people, whatnot? Is it much
Uh,
different from back then, or?
well, are we going like just in the timeline of like my time in Twitch and whatnot?
Well, we'll have to go by your time, I guess. So like
Yeah,
2014-ish.
yeah, early 2014 to now. Well, I think there's definitely been some large changes over the years.
Yep,
I think that one of
absolutely.
the earliest ones I can think of would be I think people are a bit more mellow now.
Yep,
At least the
yeah,
Xbox people.
totally.
It
Yeah,
was so there's pretty ruthless people back when I was around.
it was quite mean. If you were a
uh,
new player and you said something out,
yeah,
put down quite
you're
hard.
a new player, you're just like a random stopping by, like just joining in,
Oh
get
yeah,
instantly banned. Like
the height of try-hard elitism, as the truth
yeah,
might
oh
say.
god, yeah, exactly. I like that's definitely died down for sure.
For the better, I
Yeah,
think.
I agree. So like you're not gonna grow a community or like extend the longevity of a community
Exactly.
if like your Twitch chats are like that. So I think that's I
Yeah,
mean it had its time, but you know people seem to be a bit more mellow now.
yeah. Well, now when someone joins the community and sort of wants to get into the PvP, loads of people just try to help them improve, give them tips,
Yeah,
give them sources to find videos. They actually want people to join
yeah,
the community
exactly.
and
Yeah, it's a
join in,
lot.
so that's really good.
Yeah, everyone's a lot more helpful now.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think yeah, that was one major change I could really think of. Another would be kind of maybe like the mentality about the whole backpedaling thing.
Okay, that's an interesting one.
We were talking about that earlier today, but I don't know. It just seems like it was that what was like late 2014ish with the whole
2013,
Ed
2014, yeah.
I think it was Ed and Slint really talked about that a lot. How like
Predator quite a lot.
yeah,
Fisto somewhat sometimes, but
they
not as
were like
bad.
like just yeah, they got like super jaded at the game and like really just always talked about how like the game can never be truly competitive and whatnot, and like how you can't have true tournaments without backpedaling and all that shit.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, a lot of people agreed with that, and like,
Yeah, a lot of people still agree to that today.
yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, people agree to that today. But I mean, we've had we've had tournaments. All the tournaments we had on PC have never been like that.
No, it
But
hasn't. Even the ones we hosted in pretty large arenas like Sense Fortune,
yeah,
bad really.
but I don't know. Maybe we're not being competitive enough.
Yeah, that's what Slint would say. No one's being
Yeah,
competitive.
yeah, exactly.
Everyone's playing unoptimally.
Yep. I don't know.
Yeah, there's
Maybe that is true. Who knows?
Yep. Maybe we can just ignore the the blank you gotta be passive as and just enjoy the game for what it is. If
Well,
people don't care that much about being
yeah,
passive, you know.
yeah. Well, I mean, I guess we'll see coming up with Barnese's tournament how things will play
Yep.
out if that really comes up again.
I don't think it will, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm leaning on the side of it won't, to be honest. Like, I remember a couple days ago in someone's Twitch chat, I think it was Duck, Expectated Duck talking
Okay, cool.
about
Yeah.
uh like the old tournaments and the whole horror stories of 20-minute backpedaling fests.
Lasers turning and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. And I think they said they mentioned that like it's been like since like 4 years since that's really happened. So who knows?
A long, long time ago.
Yeah.
And a lot has changed in terms of play style and how good people are and
Oh
whatnot.
yeah, that's another thing. Um, I don't know. Yeah, that's another thing. In 2014, like it was thought like it was set in stone. Like is this as good as everyone gets? Like
Yeah.
you
You can't
just
beat it.
yeah, it's just flip. You just flip away and you backpedal till you win. But I don't know. And people these days are way better than people were in 2014. So
Yeah, for
that's one
example,
thing that's
the
changed is that
good
and the
example.
meta.
Yeah, true. A good example of that would be Predator versus DB. Predator's sort of a king of playing passive, and he sort of super believes in this sort of final meta of not having to do anything. But DB, a super aggressive player from PC, actually beat him pretty well.
Yeah.
You know, so hope isn't lost for any players who want to engage out here.
Yeah.
If you just apply your pressure correctly and do it safely, and just notice their habits and try to prey upon them.
And like all like the recent like, or well, I say recent, but all the tournaments that have been hosted on PC over the past like 2 years, I think has Pred won? Like what has Pred won beyond like Dark Souls Evo? Like the
Just that one.
really
Yeah.
was that it?
But he's only played in like 2, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's sort of hard to say.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we have a large enough player base to really be like concrete on that, whether like on one side or the other of the backpedaling flipsy
Yeah.
it wins everything versus
And also people used to host in huge arenas as well, you know?
Yeah, but I think the reason why so many like tournaments were won by like mid-roll builds and whatnot is because of just like the general improvement of like people's play, like utilization of option select and any like other tech that wasn't quite so much like used in 2014. So
Safer aggression, stuff like that.
yeah.
No, it's definitely true. No, I agree with you fully on that. So, a bit of a controversial question, yeah? One which always riles people up and gets the blood flowing is which console has produced the strongest players overall? Well, obviously no bias here
Yeah,
from Kyro.
of course. Well, my biased answer, Xbox, of course.
Yep,
The greatest
of course.
platform, Dark Souls platform to exist.
Naturally.
But and not like to look at the things from like a broad perspective, not trying to be biased. I still think Xbox.
Okay, like just name off some of their players as an example.
Just like over the years, like
right.
who came from Xbox? Like you, I consider Spades to come from Xbox, although I have heard that he was bad on Xbox. Apparently, like
he was not. He was not. He was the best player in the world at that time.
Okay, well, sure. I mean, Cass was the person who said that, so that may be a reason why that.
No, Spades was hyper dominant.
Okay, so sure. So Spades. So then
Predator.
Yeah. Blitz.
Check. Yep, Blitz.
It was
Visto.
Are we even going back? Are we going back to like older people?
I guess you could say like Seventh Person and SaberX and stuff if you want. They were dominant during their time.
Yeah, those people too. So I don't know. It just anyone like the people the people who people talk about a lot as being like olden time gods of the game. Usually always seem to be from Xbox, right?
Yeah, for the most part.
But I don't know. Every console has their strong players.
Exactly,
So,
and it's sort of trickier with PS3 because there have a lot of Japanese players which we aren't as familiar with, and obviously we're gonna know more strong players on the
Yeah.
console we come from, as we just know them better from playing.
Yeah, exactly. So with a non-biased answer, I don't think there's quite a clear-cut answer.
It's
Just
quite hard to give a non-biased answer, regardless. Just
yeah.
as how the game is.
But yeah, so because you have your Japanese players on PS3 that we don't really have much experience with.
Which
And
some
then
people sort of claim to be way past any Westerner player. Just super powered compared to us.
yeah, exactly. But how do you
Dumb
argue against that if
Westerner.
you've never played against them? But yeah, so I don't know. Well, I think at least uh, as some sort of answer, I guess just PS3 and Xbox in general probably has produced the better players overall than PC,
What
because
about?
PC really
Do you
hasn't had
think
that, that
PC's
that long of
second
a
or?
time to like really produce players, right? It's been like 2 years since they've really
Yeah, a couple
kind
of
of
years.
been a try-hard community.
And for a while, they were really behind the meta when Epiki and Marty Noob was sort of the big players in PC. They didn't really
The
have
figureheads.
experience. Yeah, right. Before the invasion from Xbox.
Mhm.
Do you think PC has produced stronger players than PS3 overall then at this juncture?
Uh, um, well, who are strong PS3 or PC players? You got Terasa,
Taraza,
Bobman,
Bobman,
Lace.
Juan,
Juan is
Lace.
Xbox, isn't he?
Is he? Oh,
Well,
that's
I'm
another.
pretty sure
That's
Minister
another.
Fair is from Xbox.
That's another nail in the Xbox coffin there.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm
I
not
think
sure.
I think PC has a few like insanely good players, but in terms of a lot of average to good level players, they don't have
Yeah,
many. I think PS3 has like a huge amount of good to decent players. We don't have a huge amount of insane players who sort
yeah,
of
that's true.
would dominate in all systems. But I'd still say PS3 are a fair margin ahead just because of the time they've been competitive
Yeah.
and whatnot.
And then of course Xbox, it reigns above all.
Exactly. No bias, of course. No bias. This is purely statistical.
Yep.
Bloody cat! Get out of here. You've been running around for like 5 minutes now. Alright, I spit on my head. Cool. Alright, so actually, there's one more question.
All right.
That question is, what can be done to continue to improve and grow the scene into the future?
I think just everything that has been going on recently, to be honest. I can't think of
So
much,
like fight
much
clubs
else.
and
Yeah.
fight clubs videos, Discords, tourneys, that kind of stuff.
Yes, I think that's what mainly, or I think one of the main things I was missing earlier when it was kind of dead was tournaments. I think, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think
Those,
having that competitive aspect really brings in more players and like keeps people interested and around.
yeah, I think of tournaments is you need sort of people to have what was it, the drive or the
Yeah.
just to instigate it and sort of get it organized and done.
Yeah.
Take the responsibility for it.
Oh, well, like organizers?
Yeah, just people. What was the word? Take initiative. That's it. Take
Oh,
initiative and
yeah.
sort of take out their time and ask people, get it sorted and get it done on the day and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Which a lot more people could be doing.
Yeah, definitely. Although I think it's better now.
Yeah, for sure. And what do you think about sort of making videos and stuff, guides? Do you think there's enough guides on the game, or do you think there's
I
a
mean,
lot more room?
alright, is there more room? I mean, I think guides are good. I mean, yeah, I think they're good for the game. I think there's not quite as much to be made in terms of guides for the game at this point. Like, I think most stuff has really been covered in guides, but
Okay.
I mean, I guess if someone feels like something needs a guide for it that hasn't really been covered before, then of course that's
Yeah,
definitely
it's probably
beneficial to the scene.
a bunch of niche things to sort of explain.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that's cool. So yeah, that's BURG FM episode 4.
That's a wrap.
I hope
is
you
it?
got it. That's a wrap, all right. It took us a while, but we eventually got there. So thanks a lot, Joel, for coming on. It's been a long time coming, and I really appreciate you doing this.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
All right, see you guys in Berg, I guess.
Bye.